Hi, Joe Coffey here for PremierGuitar.com. We're at NAMM 08 hanging out at the Seymour Duncan booth. When you hear Seymour Duncan, you think about pickups, of course. I've got Frank Falbo with me. Frank, tell me about Seymour Duncan's newest pickups.
Well, this is a good year for high gain. Seymour Duncan last year introduced a pickup set called the Blackouts. The Blackouts are an active pickup design, in that case using a balanced differential preamp, which essentially created more dynamic range and lower noise, and actually 14 dB less hum and noise than common active pickups that were out there of the old designs, you know. And instantly what we realized is these are things were way bigger than we thought they would be. I mean, we've got Alexi Lejo playing them, we've got Dino Cazares playing the 7-string versions, and Mick Thompson now has a new signature Ibanez that has the Blackouts in them. And what guys have told us is, I mean, they put them in, and it's like within 5 minutes, they say, get all those other pickups out of my guitar, I want these things loaded in. This year marks the expansion for Blackouts. We had a Blackout neck pickup and a Blackout bridge pickup, humbuckers. This year, we're going to add to that. So what you're going to see here is another humbucker called a Blackouts Metal, extremely high gain, you know, lots of mid-range, a lot of cut, and also Blackout single coils. So we didn't forget you guys that have humbucker, single humbucker, or humbucker and 2 singles, or 3 single coils in a Strat. But one thing that's unique about these 2 pickups are that, let's take a look at the Blackout Metal, right? Blackout Metal is somewhat of an adaptation of the Livewires metal pickup design. Everyone that remembers the Livewires metal pickup knows that it was so screamingly loud it would overdrive the front end of your amplifier, which, you know, to be honest, was awesome. But it also made it very loud when using against a neck pickup. And so for the Blackouts Metal, what we did is we said, we want people to be able to get that kind of sound if that's what they want from us. And we also want this pickup to work with other neck pickups or a single coil pickup. So on the back, there are 2 gain pins, and there's a jumper that slides onto those pins. When the jumper is in place, this pickup is as screamingly loud as the old Livewires metal. If you pull that jumper out, it goes down to an output level that works well with the neck pickup, Blackouts neck.
That's really cool.
Coils.
It's like variable control for however you want it.
Exactly. And there's a Schecter over here that, if you can get in there, I put a little mini toggle on that one, because those 2 gain pins could also be run out to a mini toggle or a potentiometer and basically create an onboard boost.
You got one for a 7-string as well?
Okay, now, this is the exciting part. For 7-stringers, there has basically been one sized pickup available if you wanted an active pickup for your 7-string. So all these cats out there that need an active pickup sound for their 7-string either had to take out their routers and route a big hole in their guitar, or they had to buy a guitar like this one that was already cut for that size, which is okay, it's acceptable, but if I want to go back from this to a Seymour Duncan JB7 or a 59.7 or something like that, I can't go back.
Yeah,
I gotta fill it in, I gotta make a special mounting ring, I gotta do something. And essentially that's because the active pickup that was available out there for 7-stringers was stuck into a bass pickup housing. What Seymour Duncan did was to say, we want everybody to be able to experience this. We're gonna make a 7-string Blackout that's in that size, so if you want to yank out the old one and drop in the new one, this will fit right in. Incidentally, I haven't mentioned, but these pickups also all come with a connection system that is compatible with other active pickups connection system. So if you're replacing another active pickup, you just unplug that one and plug this one in. You can use the same pots and stuff, but we also provide you with the potentiometers and everything. But over here, this is our passive-sized 7-string pickup. So this is an active pickup that should fit in your Seymour Duncan JB7 route. There's a lot of 7-string guitars that have their passive pickups direct mounted, and these should fit in there.
It's like on the old active size,
Yeah.
I got to ask you about the blue tape.
Oh,
you mentioned the clarity. Is
yes.
that because it's so sensitive?
Absolutely. This is something also that Dino Cazares does, where he puts foam over here and he puts foam up at the headstock. These pickups are so sensitive and so alive that they will pick up the noise from behind the bridge over here, all these plinky sounds.
Yeah.
And so it's an absolute benefit to stop that noise from occurring. Tremolo springs, all that kind of stuff. These pickups, like I said, they're so alive. They have more dynamic range than typical active pickups. There's more headroom. Oftentimes the complaint on an active is, I hit it real hard and it sounds kind of plinky, and I hit it soft and it sounds kind of weak. There's no transients. When you dig into this pickup, you will know that you're digging into your guitar. So there's a much more organic feel to the Blackouts than some of the comparable other active pickups that have been out for 15, 20, 30 years.
Frank, I got to ask you about the new split humbucker P90.
Oh, yeah.
That thing's nuts.
Yeah.
Do you have that? Where is that?
I do have that. This is the Seymour Duncan P-Rails. This is a pickup that is a humbucker. It fits in a normal humbucker route, but this is a humbucker that splits to a P90. Now, if you look inside here, you've got your P90 coil, and that's a no fooling P90, okay? No compromise, authentic P90 sound. They're powered with Alnico 5 magnets, so it's an Alnico 5 P90. That's the sound that you can expect when you split to those P90s. The inside coils in this pickup are rails coils, also Alnico 5 powered. Normally, the Alnico powered rail coil would be something that you'd have to get from our custom shop when they put an Alnico 5 magnet into one of our hot rails or little 59 or cool rails or something like that. In this pickup, you're getting that sound. And then, when you use the two coils together, you've got a rock and roll humbucker, just an all-out rock and roll.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's all in the same pickup. There's going to be guys out there that are just going to be, completely drunk on solder fumes. There are so many different cool, fun ways that you can wire this thing, but you can stay simple with it if you want as well. You can stick it into a guitar that came with a push-pull pot, and you can have humbuckers, pull it up on it, you've got P90s. The P90s are reverse wound, reverse polarity from each other. So when you coil cut to P90s, you will cancel hum in the middle position. Same thing with the Strat sounding single coils. So you can have these two guys on, get sort of a 2 and 4 Strat sound. It's hum canceling. You can go out here to the P90s. They're both on. It's hum canceling. And series humbucker, of course, is hum canceling as well. There's a parallel wiring output, a wiring type that I don't have on this guitar. But most humbuckers, when you wire them parallel, they get kind of thin, they get glassy, they get a little single coiling. And that's because there's phase cancellation between the two coils. Some guys like that sound. And with this pickup, if you also wanted to wire it in parallel or choose parallel over series, these two coils are so different that there's not as much phase cancellation between the two, and you're basically going to pull out a Seth Lover's type of PAF sound. So you've got rock and roll humbucker, aggressive, nice high output rock humbuckers, neck and bridge. You've got PAF kind of humbucker. You've got P90. And you've got Strat tones, all in the same pickup.
It's just about everything. It's
just about everything, yeah. But at its heart, it's a P90. So we want everybody, who knows Seymour Duncan is committed to tone to know that the P90 is for real. Not wired to sound like a P90, or we use a filter or this, and we're trying to get a P90 sound. I mean, there is so much magnet wire packed on that P90 bobbin that only got room for unwrapping a tape, and you're off.
That's nuts. When will this be out?
These will be shipping during February. Okay. There's an ESP guitar called the Potbelly that will have this pickup in it with the three-way switch, so they will give you all of those sounds in that guitar. While as we speak right now, back at the factory, they're building all that first load to get to ESP. As soon as that's done, we'll be shipping them out to the public. I mean, we could be just weeks away from the public being able to purchase these.
Awesome. Frank, thanks a lot, man.
Absolutely.
There you have it, the latest from Seymour Duncan. I'm Joe Coffey. You're tuned into PremierGuitar.com.